have any free time. He doesn't stand off and do his own thing and attend to his own matters, even though he's without a professional contract at this point, expected to get one. It's a matter of which team, NBA team, he'll fit in. Apparently there's some interest from the Miami Heat. Blatch apparently does not want to go back to Brooklyn. And as we see Chuck Reyes with his assistant, his son Josh Reyes to the left of your screen. And this is an interesting group. This is a group that is a mixture of technical knowledge and broad technical knowledge and tremendous motivational style. You can see that little heart over the puso over Reyes' shirt. And Jake Saar, we've talked about how he keeps the team steady. This team doesn't get overly excited. When they actually made it to the second round with that winner, basically secured it, they weren't overly excited. They weren't celebrating.
No, I think the interesting thing about this this group, and Coach Reyes has been very hard on himself when he's been interviewed after games, and the fact that he's lost so many close games will really hurt him personally, because you know he's managing a lot of resources. They've put a lot of time into this program. He wears his heart on his sleeve, as do the whole team. So he's taken this program a long, long way. They're on a journey here. Now that's a much overused phrase, but they'll be coming back next year. They'll have a FIBA Asia tournament they'll want to do well in, and you know he started a process here that this Filipino lineup is going to actually keep moving forward. You know, they've got a nice balance. Some of the older guys will leave, but as we saw in the Asia Cup, there are plenty of replacements waiting to play.
Dye will jump with Aguilar, and Senegal in white takes control. This is such a clash of styles and personnel, and every game Philippines plays, the game I want to watch. Here comes Doy. Normally never takes many shots. Here she takes the first shot and makes it.
This, I was going to say before the game that the key for Senegal is to be very precise. They don't have to take chances feeding the post. They just have to be very precise, pass the ball away from the defense, and they will be able to get it inside against this smaller Philippines lineup. And you know the Philippines are going to harass, rush, try and get over those bodies and get hands involved.
The young Japeth Aguilar needs to learn a few histrionics. He tipped the ball out of bounds. It looked like it went out of his hands, 24-year-old. But the referee called it the other way, and he started celebrating. You need to have that malice. You need to have that little sense of, well, if he didn't see it, then it didn't happen.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of people he can learn from at this tournament. Just look like it should be yours.
Blatch, bad pass, back into his hands, though. Chan. 5 to shoot. Blatch realizes now. Drives. Oh, it's 2 points. 2 points, says Rocha. It's a goaltend by Dieng, and Dieng just cannot believe the call. Look at his face.
I don't think, well, I know the replay is going to come here. I actually thought Dieng knocked it onto the backboard. It still may have already been on the way down. Let's have a look. No, off the glass. Great call by the official. That's why they're here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. They're far better at refereeing than me.
And a great shot by the production crew.
Absolutely.
Dalmeida, who must be exhausted. He's been playing hard all week long. Seemingly more minutes each game than last. And the ball's tipped out of bounds. It belongs to the Philippines.
And there's an exact situation there where even that was Andre Blatch. The pass to the post was there. They just threw it in a little soft, threw it in a little sloppy. Far too close to the defense.
Aguilar loses the handle. He can't against Dieng. And the rebound is by Ndai. John Dalmeida, one of the vets. Played in the Africa basket where this team ended up third. 5 offline. Blatch takes the rebound, looking for another double-double. Leads the tournament. Leads all 24 teams with individual double-double games. Off Chang's knee, and now it's Senegal's ball.
The Philippines have to be very selective about when they actually look to make passes to the inside when they attack the ring. They've got to move the defense first. They're going to be queuing up to challenge shots, and Blatch is probably the only one with the physicality, you know, to get shots away in there, but they've got to move. And Senegal are a little prone to standing after 3 or 4 passes.
Everybody seems to not have quite yet broken a sweat in this game. Blatch overplays the defense, but back in the hands of 5. They look for the alley-oop. Dieng ran out of time. Ran out of time.
Blatch did a great job not worrying about the mistake, got him back, and he challenged the shot, which forced Dieng to make a second move. Called for 24 seconds. that's one of the things about Andre Blatch. He'll do the things that everybody has to do. He just works hard for this group.
He was asked to do that in the NBA. Oh, he now loses the handle. He's averaging 5 turnovers per game. Tenorio to the rim. No good. Rebounded by Hamadi Ndiaye, also playing with a bit of the after effect of a sore back. 5 games in 6 days won't make it any better. So I see Senegal right now playing at a pace that's unlike them.
Right, it's all a little bit too similar as they get the tip, a little bit too similar to the pace of yesterday's game, where Argentina just gave them, well, they beat them like a drum, basically, in every aspect of the game. So now it's just, you want to see them just get a little bit more active. And there you go, get a blocked shot. And even Blatch, who will pat on the head to say, yeah, you got me. Blatch hasn't had that happen to him in this tournament. That's what this Senegalese defense can do.
A little charge now, and now we see the backache, but it's Yang who reaches for his lower back.
Well, Deng, you know, I like the fact he stood and took it, because he got caught yesterday for a couple of little weak fouls, really, on Scholar penetrations, but that time just stood his ground, took the charge.
Yeah, the game above the rim, which is something that Senegal can do, with about 4 of its 5 players on the court. Very little scoring in this game. Blatch, double team. Dalmeida, open 3, it's short, and it's rebounded by Jeffrey Chan. Cross court to Tenorio. Oh, they're getting Tenorio some liberties here. And he takes advantage of it. Hey, you're not going to guard me, I'm going.
Absolutely, and then there's that selection if you want, because the defense was standing around and he just got into a nice little hole, little short jump shot.
Tenorio had a little incident with Papanikolaou of Greece and a foul by Pingris. And Tenorio's upset, and wow, Rocha gave him a warning. It's Pingris' first foul. Mark is playing with a sore ankle and may not notice, but another shove. This is getting feisty here. Pai and Pingris.
Part of the problem here is that Dalmeida's pass was just not great. It gave Pingris a chance to go after it. Better post entry that time.
Oh, another pop. A slap by Blatch. The ball's on the floor. And we have a jump ball. And it belongs to the Philippines. The possession arrow favors the Philippines. So there's Mark Pingris doing what Mark Pingris does best. And
the surprising thing is that there's this little bit of feeling going on, but it's not really reflected in the tempo and the pace of the game. Neither team, if either of these teams had come out and played at that tempo that they've been more effective at, they could have been 8-9 points up at this point.
Instead, you've only had 8 points scored halfway through the first, combined. Chan inside the circle, trying to get himself on track.
That's exactly what we were referring to earlier on. You've got to chase this Philippines team off the three-point line if you're Senegal, in the full knowledge that you have so much help under the ring.
Dalmeida had a shot, passed it up, Fai. No good, rebounded by Dalmeida. Fai now throws a 3, and it's good. Now Senegal takes the lead.
And I'd say the same thing the other way as well. You've got to pressure, and they will make mistakes if you take them out of their rhythm.
Tenorio, talk about rhythm now. Here we go.
Tenorio, as we said, is probably having his best scoring international tournament.
Someone took the plexiglass off the rims. Aguilar just parked in the middle of the lane.
That's a shove. Pingris maybe overreacting, should we say. It's 2 unnecessary fouls.
Second foul. And Norwood comes in, normally the starter. He comes in for Pingris.
Much better balance to the lineup with Norwood, because he is much more of he's a slasher, he can score, even though he's known for his defense. Good slashers we saw in the Argentinian game, where he just gave us some real highlights.
Malay Ndiaye. Turnaround shot. Chan almost, I think, touched the ball on the way up.
Got a piece on the way up.
Yep. Tenorio.
can't understand Senegal's
oh, look at that, up and under. Here comes Aguilar, yes! I love to see guards with low post moves. It makes the bigs so nervous. Absolutely. And they typically overreact.
Well, and they got big help there. This is how Aguilar got the rebound because no one helped the helper.
Steal, Norwood. Over to Blatch. He lines up a three. Rebounded by 5. He's giving Dalmeida a little breather, bringing the ball up court. Off the curl, off the screen by Dye. Rebounded by Blatch. Apparently, back to the Philippines. I thought that Blatch was the last one to touch it.
No, well, Blatch definitely had it, but I think in the contest for the glass, I think he's just got knocked away. It's a beautiful little move, but there's the worry. And the good thing, if you select when to go and you draw help, if there's no help rotation, someone's got a chance to get on the glass, which is what Aguilar did then. The signs aren't good. I just don't think that teams can start this placid in the way Senegal have, and then decide to pick it up halfway through. That they haven't shown they're that type of team.
Tenorio, turn on shot, no good. Here comes Dalmeida, chased by Norwood. By the way, Deng has not been able to establish himself in the post. Faye with a three-pointer.
Well, Coach Reyes tells Blatch, he's the guy that we talked about. He's the guy that can shoot. Because he just looked to them and Faye just lined it up with his feet set.
Deng is just patrolling the paint. Steps.
Travel, yeah.
He can make that move as he's moving on the court. And then to stop and make a low post move? No.
No, it's not helped, obviously, by the fact he's got to worry for the first time in this tournament. He's going to have to worry about who's going to come over and help in terms of will he get blocked, will he not. And one of the the great stats for Senegal is that they don't give up a lot of free throws because they challenge. There's a little bit of fear as you go. They don't have to foul, and they're trying to block shots, but they're trying to block shots for athleticism. So it's a tough ask on the inside against them.
Dalmeida.
Oh, Dye needs the ball. When he just shows to the ball after the reaction to the screen, he needs it.
But you know what they do very well? As there's a foul on Aguilar, I think the Philippines understand that Senegal, their strength is not passing the ball, especially entry passes into the post.
Absolutely.
So what they're doing is they have smaller players. They just front the offensive player and dare the passer. Okay, try it. I know you have no confidence, and with me between you and your teammate, even less. Try it. Yeah. The key, though, if they do launch that pass, is that the other defensive teammate rotates quickly.
Well, they have to do that, and then in the situation they're in now, they have to be very active then, because they can't just stand. The guy coming to help should almost go after it and try and play below the hip, try and actually get a hand on it. For one of the few occasions in the tournament now, we've got Fajardo and Blatch in the game together. Obviously, we know why, because of the size and the way that Senegal play. But this will be really interesting. I think the Philippines could have used this, and in the future may have a great option to use this, because I think he'll be a tough ask, Fajardo, for the Senegalese to guard. He just is that type of player who's very, very difficult to match up on.
Blatch to the corner. Oh, they had Fajardo all alone. Turnaround jump shot. It's good.
Why would you pass it to someone 2 feet from the hoop when you can take 6 dribbles, spin on the spot, and nail a tough jump shot?
And by the way, and jump off the floor.
Absolutely, yeah.
Quite the athlete. This is your dream, huh?
Well,
You've been talking about it all week.
I know.
Fajardo and Blatch together.
It'll be interesting, this.
Offensive foul. Hamari Dye with the push-off. That's his first.
The way they lined up there with Blatch literally running a more typical international 4 spot, as we see the layout, the guard, who really did do a good job by getting underneath that screen as they rolled. Blatch will run a little bit more perimeter here. Be interesting to see how that gives Senegal a problem, because Blatch is a good shooter.
Chan fake, loses the handle.
It's not where to go. It's a very dark place. There's a lot of tall people that just close out light as you pick it up.
Faye facing the basket. It's in. He leads Senegal with 11 of 14 points.
A lot of wide open perimeter looks for him.
banging, but here's Ndai on the weak side. Chan, open three, way off. Here's Fajardo. Oh, contact. Dalmeida.
Welcome to Senegal on that play for Fajardo.
Inside, Ndai, easy. Alley-oop.
Beautiful touch on that pass, because Deng was trying to post, so they had to guard him, so he just floated over the pair of them, and then Ndai gets it. I just wish Senegal would try and play that more up-tempo style. It's got to start with their defense, but they've got so many people who can run and be so effective in that type of game.
But shouldn't the Philippines be getting into some early offense too?
Well, we think they're better that way. I think the reason they lost that crucial game yesterday is they slowed up. And
Puerto Rico started guarding them off the inbounds and making them make the first pass 7-10 seconds into the possession. And there's a good double team. Tenaro's going after the ball. That's exactly what he needs to do. Then he got to rotate. 5 misses. The ball's in the hands of Deng, though.
Well, Fajardo's got to just compete a little better than that. He had the chance to pull that one in.
Less than a second between clocks.
I know they're doing this because of the end of the game. I just don't. Senegal aren't great when they run this sort of style of game. Yeah.
Almeida, low pass. Here comes Dieng for the 3. And there's a whistle and a foul on Tenorio.
Now, Tenorio did a reasonable job at scrambling around. He's just got to show that control, then contest it. If he makes it, he makes it. You don't send him to the free throw line.
Oh, he could have avoided that one.
Yeah, that's a cheap one too.
Yeah.
You know, he's in the air, he bumped him while he was in the air. It's going to cost him, well, it could cost him 3 points. And what was, double the lead on this play. And Campo's has been one of the really consistent players for the Philippines in this tournament. He gets his first action with, obviously he'll play the second quarter, but with just 2 seconds to go.
He started yesterday, played most of the game with Puerto Rico. I mean, Tenorio played well in that game on offense, but he had to guard Barea, so there's no shame in trying to guard Barea and not doing well, because you simply add your name to a list of very talented and outstanding players.
Yeah, Barrera's been able to score on almost anybody, because he can score. He's got lots of ways to hurt you.
Yang with 2.4 seconds to go. Makes the second one.
Doubles the lead.
Bali launches from half court, and the first quarter is over. It is a 6-point Senegalese lead over the Philippines, 19-13. We'll be back with the second quarter here at the Palacio Municipal de Deportes in Seville.
Well, Senegal, as we take a look at the statistics, 43 and 50%. The percentages are good in that sense. They've shot the 3 ball really well. They've been wide open when they do it. Philippines haven't been to the free throw line. That's not a surprise. When we looked at the stats beforehand, they just don't foul people when they're in the act of shooting. The Philippines just need to shoot the 3 better. They've got the people who can do it, but they've got to move the ball to do it.
0 assists for the Philippines.
Yeah.
And 4 turnovers.
And Ndoye, as you said in commentary, normally gets the first look at the basket, then goes quiet. But this is where, with a little bit of patience, with a little bit of precision on the pass, Senegal could really, at will, get the ball into areas of the floor where they have an advantage. And then it's just up to how Philippines decide to guard that.
But one of the lessons that Chat Reyes and his staff must have learned from the Senegal game against Argentina is when you don't have the above-the-rim athletes on your team, you have to box out. You have to at least account body on body a player to give yourself a chance to get more rebounds.
Regardless of whether you are a great athlete or not, the ideal combination, the great athlete who boxes out. If you've got that, you've got a great rebounding number. But I think the Philippines, if they get into that stage where they just run and share it and shoot it without any change to the tempo, don't bring it out and then reset it. When they reset it, they tend to stand still. Senegal a little similar, but they just don't have the foot speed down the floor.